Welcome back to week 6 of Big Plays Podcast. We have an exciting episode for you guys this week. We'll be discussing the NFC South. Great teams in that division. But before we do that, I got a question for these three guys, and they're going to try to persuade me. Give me your most underrated player at the receiver position. So, top underrated wide receiver. Give it to me now. We'll start with Jerome, kicking it off this week.
Got three. They're not so much underrated, but they're undervalued. I'm gonna go number one, Mike Evans, and number one because he's great. He's amazing. He does it. He does it all.
Okay.
Makes all the catches. Keenan Allen, not a speedster, not a catch you over the top, but gets open, makes the big plays. This is Big Plays Podcast, so we gotta acknowledge that.
Okay.
And my last one, I'm gonna hate, you're not gonna acknowledge, but Brandon Cooks, which is why I think the Texans made a big move on Brandon Cooks because the past 4 years minus last year. Let's go 2018, 17, 16, and 15. 84 receptions, 78 receptions, 65, 80 receptions. All 1,000-yard seasons. All 1,000
You
yard
think
seasons.
he's the clear number one right now in Houston?
Underrated? Yeah.
No, I'm
saying
saying
let one A, whatever. 1B. Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks, I think is a deadly combination. So I think they're gonna make some magic. Let's see what happens.
Okay, all right. I mean, I could see the undervalue in some of those guys.
Listen. Hasn't made a Pro Bowl. Hasn't made a Pro Bowl.
Brandon Cooks, I can agree with. Your other top undervalued, underrated. I mean, those are studs. Those guys are studs, and they're talked about a lot in conversation. But I could ride with Brandon Cooks.
Do you put them in your top 5? No, because you don't think about them.
No, but like, there's 32 teams in the league. All right, okay, all right.
I'm just saying.
It's fair. No, that's fine. Rice, what do you got, Rice?
I want to piggyback off that Keenan Allen. He's also been plagued by injuries in his career. So I feel like he is underrated because of the potential he lost during those huge injuries. And similar, Pierre Garçon. I think that guy's a stud.
Okay,
but
still?
He's been injured almost every year. Yeah, still. Okay. I think he's very underrated. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to show it.
Okay.
And my number one, Josh Gordon. The man can't stay in the game.
Flash Gordon.
I think he's
Josh Gordon.
I think he's the best wide receiver in the league.
But does that make him underrated? So he's underrated? I mean,
He's underrated because no one's gonna say he's the best in the game. I'm saying he's the best in the game.
Okay.
But can't stay on the field.
Okay.
I wish I had my child flagged right now. I wish I had him. I don't know what yet. This is crazy.
Wow. Okay. So Jerome's clear number one is Brandon Cooks, and you're going Flash Gordon, huh? Josh Gordon.
I'm going Flash Gordon.
Okay.
Flash on? Wait. Flash on the weed or off the weed? When is he flash?
I think he's flash when he's on the weed.
Exactly.
Talk about his potential.
Weed.
I love that. Go ahead, Joey. Let's hear it.
Dude, it's interesting because I think for the first time in one of these, we all have entirely different names. I know you guys agreed with Keenan Allen there. Keenan Allen did not make my list. But I got a few names for you. 2 of them are actually on one of the teams that we'll be covering tonight. 2 of them are on the Carolina Panthers. I think both Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore are incredibly underrated. I think they're both super talented wide receivers who have a very big impact for their teams. Other than that, I was thinking about Tyler Boyd. Stepped up last year. AJ Green got hurt. Tyler Boyd had a great season.
Wow.
I think Courtland Sutton on the Broncos is very underrated. But my number one guy is a guy who in the last 2 seasons has progressed significantly, in my opinion, and he's become a massive touchdown threat, having 18 touchdowns in the last 2 seasons. And last year he had 82 receptions, and that's the Seattle Seahawks' Tyler Lockett.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Tyler Lockett, man, he doesn't get talked with the big dogs, and he had 1,000 yards receiving last year, 82 receptions. He had 10 touchdowns last year. The guy's a red zone threat, and I think the biggest asset for him is DK Metcalf opening up his game now. Now they have a second guy over there. Tyler Lockett's always open downfield. I think he's a great underrated receiver for that team.
And listen, he's got a great quarterback throwing to him. Russell Wilson definitely helps to make it happen for sure. Wow.
Oh wait! Before you make that point, I'm sorry. Said Russell Wilson. I just wanted to point out Brandon Cooks, 3 different quarterbacks, still putting up numbers. I just want to point that out. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
So listen,
Jerome, at your point, I like your picks, Jerome. The only thing is like Mike Evans and Keenan Allen, they're going in the first or second round of every fantasy league. So like for fans who understand the game, I think we all recognize the real talent there.
Right, but for the ones who don't, I don't think they get the proper recognition they deserve. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe not on SportsCenter and things like that, but I think diehard fans who understand statistics and the game and top quality
100%.
receivers, I would argue that both Mike Evans and Keenan Allen are top 10. You know,
100%.
I will say this. I really enjoyed the Brandon Cooks bit, and I do think that Brandon Cooks is a little undervalued at the position. But given the teams he's played for and the coaches that have coached him, he's been on some really good ends, and he's been utilized really well. So do I want to say Brandon Cooks? Do I want to say Flash Gordon? Flash Gordon, I mean, he's a talent, whether he's on or off drugs, whatever it may be, whatever he does, however people want to say he played. Currently not. I'm sure there'll probably be talks about being able to get him signed later this year. I don't think he still has it in him. I think it's been a while. I think they're much better at the position. So I don't know if he's definitely undervalued or underrated. Joey, I love the Tyler Lockett take. I'm a big fan of it. But Joey said Tyler Boyd. And, Tyler Boyd, to me, I mean, if I had to go with the Tyler Lockett between you three, that's the one that took the cake for me because, when he's not talked about too much. But when you think about Tyler Boyd and who was throwing it to him, all right? And Tyler Boyd's been in the league since 2016, right? Had a good rookie year, right? 600 yards, 54 receptions. It was great. 2017, he slipped off, as the Bengals did, the entire team. But the last 2 seasons, Tyler Boyd has put up over 1,000 yards per season. And last season, he came up clutch. And this is the guy that's living in the shadow of A.J. Green with Andy Dalton throwing the ball. So my personal choice, it's got to be Tyler Boyd. But other than that, Tyler Lockett, that was a great take. I'm not taking anything away from Brandon Cooks. I think he is undervalued. Josh Gordon, I mean, if he was playing, maybe he'd be in the talks. But, hey, not bad.
That's my point.
But, listen, man, let's get into it. Let's go. Joey mentioned DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson, new to the team, running off the Jets, going to Carolina.
Yeah.
Let's hear what you guys have to say about the Panthers.
Dude, the Panthers are interesting, because they have these 3 receivers who have very good potential. I think DJ Moore, like I mentioned, is definitely one of the most undervalued receivers. Thing is, he's probably undervalued because he's young. He's only been in the league for 2 years, But they also have Robbie Anderson, who has all the potential in the world and really didn't have a quarterback with the Jets. He didn't really get to play much with Sam. When they did, they used to hook up pretty deep, but it wasn't too often. And they also have Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel as a 3rd receiver. It's not bad. So they have 3 pretty viable options at receiver. And then they have the most explosive guy out of the backfield in Christian McCaffrey. So what it all comes down to for me is how Teddy Bridgewater is going to fit into Carolina. Last year he filled in for the Saints and did a great job. Will he be able to do that with a team that's not as talented as New Orleans? It's a huge question mark. The division's pretty good. It's relatively competitive. I could see them. I don't think they're going to have a good season at all, to be honest, just because of the division and their schedule is kind of tough as well. I got them going 6-10 this year, and it's all dependent on how Teddy Bridgewater does.
Okay, so you got them going up 1 game from last year because last year they ended the season 5-11.
Yep.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with Joe. I don't really like them this year. Teddy Bridgewater, past few years, I was rooting for him. I really want him to play. That injury he took a few years back
could have been.
Oh
career
my God!
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good to see him come back, and he's always talented. He had a great year the year before he, almost lost his career
in Minnesota.
Yeah, and I want him to succeed. I just don't see it, and I have them going 4-12.
Okay, so 1 game less.
Yeah.
Wow.
Give it to me, Frankie.
You want to hear from me? Because I was going to say, these two haven't touched upon Christian McCaffrey at all.
Yeah, I said it at the back.
Arguably the best running back in the game. Definitely got paid the most money, which opens the floodgates for running backs right now because there are better running backs in the league, I believe. But listen, this guy worked hard for his money, and that the Panthers paid him. Now, I think that the Panthers regressed at quarterback a little bit with the signing of Teddy. If Teddy did a phenomenal thing with the Saints last year. He helped them out tremendously, but he struggled a lot, and there was a lot of talent on that team to help him get where he was. And I have to say, if you look at the Panthers' defense, they're missing key pieces that hold that thing together. I got them going 2-14, man. I got them going 2-14. I can't see them doing much.
I can see it. I really can.
I can't see them doing much.
Much worse.
So what's up, Rome? What do you got?
Like that you touched on the defense. I'm gonna get to that in a second. There's 3 reasons why the team is not gonna be good. One, they're really young. They went really young, got rid of the old. 2, it's a new regime, new head coach, new. They're implementing a whole bunch of new people. 3, they're missing their leader. Not Cam. Kuechly. He retired, guys. No longer there. Man, no longer coming out the booth. Not this year, at least. That's a detriment to the team within itself. I mean, the offense, like you said, I love all the pieces you name and everything, but there's 3 phases of the football game.
100%.
Got one that might be decent, and that's about it. Mr. Do everything is going to put up his numbers. If he barring injury, I hope, God forbid. I got him going 4-12.
Yeah.
4-12.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate.
They're a year or 2 away. They're young. Like I said, they're young.
They're young. They got some talent. They definitely need the defensive help. I don't think Kuechly will come back this year only because they don't really have much of a defense outside of Kuechly when he was there. And the reason his body went through the physical work that it had to go through is because he was their guy. And he will continue to do that. So, I could have seen Luke maybe returning to a different football team. But to the Panthers right now, I don't think it makes much sense.
The other Mr. Do everything.
I think he'll be a good asset in helping, lead the younger guys in the right direction. But they're just missing that talent right now. When you look at the O-line, they're giving up, a lot of pressure. Last year specifically, they went on like a nice little stretch at the beginning of the season. But I think just given the division that they're in, right, Falcons, Bucks, Saints, you hear those names right now in the league. Bucks maybe a couple years ago you're like, yeah, but now you hear that name and you're like, ooh, So it's going to be exciting. They have a nice little tough schedule. They play a lot of tough teams. They have to play Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago. That's a tough division in itself as a heavy hitting defenses. So, at the end of the day, it's a shame, but they're in a tough division to win. And going forward with that, the Atlanta Falcons, how are they going to do this year? I feel like the Falcons haven't changed much in the last 5 years. But I feel like they've been plagued by bad football ever since that 28-3 crazy comeback from the Patriots in that Super Bowl. Which, when you're thinking about it, Dan Quinn, could this be his last year? I'm not sure. The Falcons are one of the only a very few list of team, very small. Very small amount of teams that have not yet won a Super Bowl, and they've been there twice in their entire span as an organization. But do you get rid of Dan Quinn this year if they can't hold on to it? Do they make the playoffs? What do you guys got? Give it to me, Rome.
What you said, they've been middle of the pack the past few years, but since the Super Bowl thing, let's be real and let's chalk it up to injury. This team has been plagued by numerous injuries on the defense.
Yep.
What really prevailed them to get to that Super Bowl run because that defense was really good. So, honestly, once again, I got them going middle of the pack. I got them 7-9, 8-8, or 9-7. Who knows?
Yeah.
Matt Ryan's getting up there. He's 35 this year. He's getting up there. Julio's not getting younger, even though he's still the best in the league. Just want to point that out. Added Todd Gurley. What does that do? And can the defense stay healthy? You know what I mean? A lot of split between the division, but the rest of the schedule is pretty tough. I don't know where to put them. They're a question mark.
It's definitely
they're
tough.
a team. I feel that even when they're bad, you can't forget about them because they could still beat you. and
I agree.
Unfortunately, like they just every year, Matty Ice is not Matty Ice anymore. You need to start thinking towards the future.
You don't like the backup, Matt Schwab?
38.
It's
assistant coach. What do you mean?
I like Todd Gurley. I like the signing. I think he's the better back to fit the Falcons.
Did Freeman get signed yet?
No.
I don't believe so. No.
Well, guess what, NFL?
No.
Guess what, NFL? Get on it, because that man's got a lot of talent still.
Yeah, he does.
Once things start to open up and these players are allowed to really get their workouts in for these teams, I feel like you're going to see a mass signing. A lot of players are going to get signed quick. Freeman being one of them, Cam being one of them. A lot of players from this division. So go ahead, Rice. Sorry to step on you right there.
No. They still have Julio Jones.
Yeah.
They now have Calvin Ridley, who I think is a stud.
Solid, underrated as well.
Yeah. So they'll win some games. They'll go 8-8, I think. Middle of the pack. They do face some tough games as well. So yeah, that's where I got them.
Okay.
I just can't see them doing any better than that.
How about you, Joey? 8-8 as well with the rest of us.
You guys all mentioned something that I could not agree with more, and that on any given day, the Atlanta Falcons could beat any football team on the planet.
That's right.
Most days they won't when they play these elite teams, but I have a rule about this division. You do not bet against the Buccaneers and the Falcons because they randomly just beat these good teams. The Falcons
they can beat anyone.
It's any given day, any given Sunday. Phenomenal movie. You can see the Atlanta Falcons coming in and defeating any of these teams. But I want to touch more on that Todd Gurley piece that Jerome mentioned quickly. Last year they had Devontae Freeman, but he was dealing with injuries, and they had Ito Smith running the ball for them, and they didn't really find a consistent run game.
Yeah.
So if you get a healthy Todd Gurley, that could help out their offense a lot. I love Julio Jones, love Calvin Ridley. Matty Ice has been around for the system, whatever.
Reminds me of when they had Michael Turner.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting take. Yeah,
you're thinking that big
but
ass,
I'm
huh?
exactly with you guys. I have them middle of the pack. I have them going 7-9 this year.
All right. Yeah. No, I think I don't think they improved much as well. Todd Gurley signing was interesting, but I don't think it could help them in terms if he's not healthy. And like I said, there's got to be a reason the Rams parted ways with him because he was an extraordinary talent when he was healthy. So if he comes out and he's hurt and they stick with Ito Smith again, they're just gonna go through the same struggles that they can if they can't get the running game as last year. Breaking news: Brandon Brooks tore his ACL, left Achilles. Very upsetting. Just had to put that out there. But back to the Falcons. Look at this first 4-game stretch. At home against Seattle, then they travel to Dallas, then they're at home against Chicago, and then they got to travel to Green Bay. That's a tough stretch of games. And you know what? The first 4 games, the first 3 games determine how you're going to play for the rest of the season, as a team. That 4th game, if you cannot win that 4th game, that's a very big boom, It's tough, man.
I don't like that take. I don't like that take.
That's the first couple games of the season when you're really figuring out how you're playing with the guy next to you.
BS.
Okay.
Titans got hot last year.
Still figuring it out.
The Titans got hot last year. There's been a few playoff teams that get hot at the end of the year and make some noise. I don't like that first 3 games take. It's when you at your most and you're back against the wall.
I'm talking about
the first 3 games. Still early.
I'm talking about the season, man. I'm talking about your whole season.
You still don't know. First 3 games, you gotta get shot a couple times.
No
way.
You
could go 0-2 and then
I just 3.
And then clutch the rest of the season.
Let me hold on, Frank. Before you continue.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Let's go into the next team, right? Before we do that.
Okay.
Well, while we're doing that, I think it was 3 episodes ago. You said something interesting that just caught my eye, made it glaring to me. So I really want to hear from you on this. You said the Giants will beat the Bucks.
Week 8, baby. Week 8. That's right. They're still gonna fucking lose that game. Don't think I forgot. Week 8. Got it right here.
By the way. Go check that out.
I like how he has it.
Yeah, right here. Week 8, baby. Danny Dimes. Monday night.
Kick us off with the Bucks.
No way.
All right, so the Bucks are probably the most exciting team to talk about this year, that being with the newest addition at quarterback position, Tom Brady. Anywhere this guy goes, he sells jerseys. He's the GOAT. He's the best. We talked about him last week in the greatest fucking quarterback discussion of all time. And listen, Bucks last year, they were stagnant, 7-9. Jameis Winston, 30 for 30. That's what they call him. Show wasn't great. I'll tell you right now, Bruce Arians, head coach, this is what he's wanted. He retired in 2017. He came back for this. He was getting everything he'd ever desired. Tom Brady, don't know why. He's old. Does he still have it? This is going to be a real test for him. Everybody's excited to watch the Bucks this year. They have a ridiculous amount of primetime games this year. I think the most ever by the Bucks organization. It's just wild. I think it peaks up around 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and then there's also a game to be determined still. So right now they got 5. That like ties it with like a Cowboys record or something like that. Needless to say, they're still in a tough division. The Falcons could beat any team, as you guys said, and the Saints are still in this division. The Saints are crazy. Do I have them being better than the Saints? I don't know. We'll find out after. But I got the
Bucks. They opened against them in New Orleans week 1.
This offense is dynamic. Absolutely crazy. And if Tom Brady can play the smart football that he's always played, he's going to put up crazy numbers this year. Mike Evans, I don't think he's underrated at all. Mike Evans catches footballs, man. He is incredible at it. On the opposite side of him, you got Chris Godwin. These two receivers, whoo! Now, running back. That's where they're going to be, iffy. They drafted this year early. They drafted on the line to protect Brady. They probably got one of the best in Tristan Wirfs during the draft. Incredible. Mm-hmm. Their defense last year played wildly good. Wildly good. I'm talking Shaq Barrett would obliterate people. Was killing it. So, how do I think they're going to do? I think they're going to go 11-5. I think there's a lot of winnable games. Their schedule is super easy. I don't know if that's because Tom Brady's on the team now, but if you look at the schedule's insane. So I got them going 11-5, and I'm gonna throw it over you, Joey, because I know you're just as excited to watch the Bucks this year and not bet on them because they can win any game this season.
Don't bet on the Bucks. Don't bet on the Falcons. Never do it. Yeah, you touched on a ton of points that I was going to mention, but I do have a couple additional ones. The main thing that I was going to focus on is the running back situation, right? Ronald Jones is their leading back, and they drafted Keyshawn Vaughn for in the 3rd round.
Yikes.
For a little bit of competition at the running back position. But will those two guys, if you look at Tom Brady in his previous season with the Patriots, you had 4 good running backs over there. Not all great, but you had Sonny Michel, James White, Rex Burkhead, a couple other guys in the mix, It's a big part of that Patriots offense was distributing the ball to these running backs. So will the Buccaneers be able to do the same thing? Because who knows what Brady's got left in the tank? He's an old man. I mean, he's still got Gronk there as his backup. It's a great
it's an exciting point right there too.
But the other thing on their offense I wanted to mention is that they could go triple threat tight end. They have Rob Gronkowski, but they still have O.J. Howard, and they also have Cameron Brate. All 3 of these tight ends are top 10 in the NFL, in my opinion. These are 3 monsters at that position.
I think
could do serious damage to any team.
I think Howard goes, man.
On O-line, those tight ends, that offense is crazy, man. And then defensively, the only things I want to touch on is that they have some superstars, but those guys are idiots. You have Ndamukong Suh, who's intentionally stomping on people out on the field.
Old.
You have JPP, who's blowing his hand up on 4th of July fireworks. These guys are idiots, but they're great. I'll give them that.
Okay.
With everything, I think last year you look at the Cleveland Browns, and they were the team that was hyped up the most during the offseason. All these teams everybody had them going off, being a Super Bowl contender. A lot of people feel the same way about the Buccaneers this year. I think the division's too good. I think the Saints are still so dominant. I have the Bucks going 9-7 this year.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead,
Joe,
Rice.
9-7.
He wants to see the downfall.
9-7. I have him going 9-7. You know why? Because Father Time is not on Tom Brady's side, and this is the year.
This is the final year.
Not do it.
Wait, I'm pausing you right there. I'm pausing you real quick. Keep your thoughts there. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 5 years, count them 5, once a year, me and Chris Rice have this conversation about how Tom Brady is getting too old, and Rice says it every year for the last 5 years that it's father time is finally going to catch up to him and he's going to do nothing. Has that helped him yet? No, because Tom Brady has been dominant, especially in that 2017 Super Bowl win. But go ahead, Rice. I'm sorry. I just need everyone to know.
So the difference this season is I mean it.
You mean it? Oh, you didn't mean it in any other year. You mean it this time, though. Go
ahead. I mean it this time. This is real. He's going down. He has all that talent and will not do anything with it.
If he throws for 4,000 yards this season, you got to buy me around the drinks at the bar.
Done. So.
All right, good. Go ahead, continue though. Continue. I want to hear you take on the Bucs.
No, this is it.
Just the Tom Brady show. Just you hate Tom Brady. Okay.
No.
He's got him at 9-7.
They have a great offense. One of the best offenses in the league.
Yeah.
They have 2 stud wide receivers, like Joey said, 3 tight ends that could be starters on other teams.
Yeah.
All of them number ones. Kind of reminds me of when he had Aaron Hernandez. I think he did some crazy stuff on the field there. But I just don't have him performing.
Okay.
As you might think. So.
All right, Rome. So Tom Brady also played, the Jets for some time. Ready? So let's hear it.
Ready? I'm gonna be the dead horse. Y'all all made valid points. It was all great. 2 things. One, the Bucs was really good last year. They lost a lot of games because of a lot of turnovers. It was really good last year. Really good, right? So the defense is the same, remains the same. Offense remains the same. You interchange quarterbacks. That's turnovers. But here's my train of thought right here. Right? Was it 2014 Broncos, 2013 Broncos? Peyton Manning Super Bowl? Peyton Manning, was he the reason why they won the Super Bowl?
Nope.
Not at all. It was the defense.
Yeah.
Defense and solid quarterback play. Not great. No.
They got there in the first place.
No, he wasn't.
He had a great season.
Not that last year.
Not the last year, right? When you won the Super Bowl? Nope.
Last year, that defense carried, right? So, okay. So, what's the difference between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning? 1, Tom Brady's better. It is what it is. 2, Tampa Bay and Denver. Better weather. Tom Brady, a lot of dome games. A lot of home games. Longevity. I don't see the cliff yet. Right? I don't see it. You talked about the offense. The stats. Other games, right?
Driving in a fog and the cliff's right there.
Listen, 13-3, 12-4.
You guys are stepping on each other a little bit.
It's all right. 13-3, 12-4.
13-3, 12-4. Wow. I got them going 11-5, so that it definitely happened. Yo, let's talk about it too, man. If the Super Bowl happens this year, football happens and the Super Bowl happens this year, it's being played in Tampa Bay. And I feel like Tom Brady, all he's done since he's touched the football is write history. And there's never been a team to win a Super Bowl in their home stadium.
It would be rigged.
It would be rigged? Yeah, it would be rigged. Just like the Patriots were rigged all those years. Just sit down, all right? Sit down.
You're putting Tom Brady in the Peyton Manning situation his last year. With better weapons, I might add.
Yeah.
You don't think you can win?
That's facts, man.
I don't think you can do it.
Wow. Listen, I guess that's why they got 5 primetimes. People want to see what the Bucs are going to be about this year. They want to see if Tom Brady's a guy without Bill Belichick.
Dude, that's exciting. So exciting. It really is.
Without Bill Belichick.
It's probably one of the best things that's ever happened to football, like in current times.
I would agree. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Again, I'm saying this every episode. I've never been more excited for football in my life.
No, definitely. We're not moving yet. Go ahead.
The 9-7. Can I point out where the losses come? I just want to make sure.
Oh, let me pull up their schedule. Give me a second.
Swept by the Saints. They're taking 2 L's to the Saints.
Swept by the Saints.
2 L's.
Really?
Okay.
Bop. And guess what? Those 2 Falcons games, bop. They're losing to the Falcons twice.
Really? Get the fuck out of here.
The Falcons
fuck out of here.
are gonna beat Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay.
That's 4. All right. Even so, that's 4 losses. You see how easy the schedule is, Rice?
It's not that easy.
Are you kidding me?
No, the Packers are a tough game. The Bears are a tough game.
That whole
Are
thing
you
is
kidding
tough
me?
right there.
Well, look at this. They start off against the Saints, and then look at this nice, easy 3 games, potential easy 4-game win streak. Carolina, Denver, Los Angeles, Chicago. Who knows what they're gonna do? Then you play Green Bay, which is fine because you gotta have Tom Brady play Aaron Rodgers, right? Yo, but look, Vegas, New York, easy. Playing the Saints again, okay. You could split the New Orleans if you want to be generous. They're going to lose to the Rams. The Rams are a dumpster fire. Holy crap.
No, they're not.
They play Kansas City because that's... Oh, man. Go ahead.
Let me hear from Joey, because Rice is just being biased because Peyton Manning.
Yeah, because Peyton Manning sucks.
So, I could see the Falcons taking 1. The Saints taking at least 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll split between the Bears, Packers. They got them back-to-back weeks.
Okay, so that's 3 losses.
I think they'll split. They'll lose to one of them.
Okay.
They'll lose to the Chiefs.
Okay, 4 losses.
I think they could lose to the Vikings.
5.
The Saints' second one is up in the air, so that one, I don't know. I put 9 and 7, 10 and 6 in my thing, but I don't know. I think they might have a bust game too.
11
could have
and
a bad
5.
game. Like I said, I'm losing to the Giants.
If they lose to the Giants, everybody in this chat room is buying me around.
We'll see how they're clicking early on too.
Listen, I'll give you something better than that. I'll give you something better than that. What do you want? Let's make it interesting.
For this game?
I'm all about making it interesting.
Right here on camera. Let's go. Make it interesting.
All right, so you want to make it interesting? If they get, what do you have them at?
I got them 13-3 or 12-4. I'm talking about the Giants game though. Let's just talk about the Giants game.
Just Giants.
The Giants.
Game.
Okay.
No, I'll take the Bucks minus 13 against the Giants.
I'm taking Giants straight up.
No,
if
I know.
The Giants win that game.
But what do you want to? How do you want to make it interesting?
How could you not agree that Tom Brady's done?
I don't. Money, tickets. What are we talking? We got to do something.
I think a full night out at a bar is not bad. But if you want to switch it up, you want to go game. I'll do tickets to a game.
I do that because I'm not trying to get you home after the bar, so I don't want to do that. So I could. That's
what about a night of designated driver?
We can do that.
That's fair.
And safe.
I hate that.
That's my favorite thing to do. I hate being a designated driver. I can't drink the whole night. I got to sit there with a fucking ginger ale in my mouth, and then watch everybody else have fun. So.
We can do that.
People are dancing. You're just standing there like, this is fun when you're drunk.
I like that.
All right, good. So designated driver.
November 2nd.
Giants are winning it anyway. Danny Dimes going to throw 3 touchdowns that game. That's going to be the bust game for the Bucks. It's going to be great. Moving forward, though, Jerome, you said something that piqued my interest a couple weeks ago, that you love bounties, and you would pay players to go out there and ruin other people's lives. So, with that being said, let's talk about Sean Payton and the motherfucking Saints. Let's kick it off. Chris Rice, how are the Saints going to do this year?
The Saints are going to kill it. Are you serious? The Saints are going to have a monster season. 13-3. They're taking the division, 2 in the conference, I believe.
Wow. So same as last year, 13-3. You have any further?
I still think Drew Brees got it. I want to tell him to shut up, Drew Brees, but
I think he's got it too. We discussed last week. He broke a lot of your boys' records. He's a great quarterback. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so New Orleans, my cousin Joey, my Aunt Lisa, my Uncle Tony, they love New Orleans. They love the Saints. Let's hear from Joey.
Yeah, I'm going to New Orleans for week 1 of football to go watch Tom Brady show up to New Orleans. I'll be on Bourbon Street or I'll be at the game, drinking my ass off, celebrating Saints week 1 victory over the GOAT. So that's going to be a good time, man. I'm really looking forward to that. As long as football doesn't get postponed, it's going to be one of the best weekends of my life. I really believe that. Yeah, man, the Saints are filthy, right? You can make 2 legit legitimate argument, Saint. You can argue that they have the best quarterback receiver duo in the league in Drew Brees and Michael Thomas. And you could also argue that they have the best 1-2 punch in quarterback running back in Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara. That offense, the three of those guys combined on the field at one time is terrifying. They are absolutely filthy. They just picked up Emmanuel Sanders as a second receiver over there. Emmanuel Sanders, you want to talk about underrated receivers? You got Emmanuel Sanders on that list. And, you got Cam Jordan on defense. Cam Jordan's an absolute beast. They got that scumbag Kiko Alonso, but at least he's good at the game. Malcolm
Kiko!
Jenkins, Marshawn Lattimore. They do have some tough games. You got to play the Bucs twice. You got to play the Packers, the Chiefs, the Vikings. But with that, I got them going 12-4 this season and winning the division.
Very nice.
Nice.
Okay. Go ahead, Rome.
Go.
You want
go.
me?
You go.
All right. I'll give it to you real quick.
Yeah, you go.
I got the Saints going 11-5. You guys touched upon some really good points. Alvin Kamara in the backfield, Drew Brees, right? Nobody discussed Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston. Taysom Hill's a package quarterback. They got him throwing it out there. Is Jameis Winston going to do anything this year? Do we see him? I don't know. Do I think he's better than Drew Brees? Absolutely not. Quarterback, I take Drew Brees over most quarterbacks in the league. Just pure skill. He's really good at it, has a lot of records. But we got to talk about this defense. Malcolm Jenkins is coming back, right? One of the smartest safeties to ever play the game. Very underrated when it comes down to it. The guy can hit. The guy can catch. He could play the ball. He controls the defense from the back. And Cam Jordan up front, someone in the back, Malcolm Brown in the middle doing great. You got Davenport right there and Demario Davis, Kiko at middle, that's fine. But, you're talking that is a stacked defense. Totally stacked. They're going to wreak havoc. But 11-5, just like I got the Bucs, the NFC is a tough place to play, my guys. And it's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to the end of the season, and a lot of these teams, they're gonna be thankful that they added that extra playoff game because I could definitely see a lot of these teams going very equal in records. So it's gonna come down to that.
By the way.
But
listen,
game. Stacked defense, dominant offense. They have it year in, year out. Can Alvin Kamara put up the numbers this year? I hope so. I really do. Because when he's healthy and he's ready to rock and roll, he's one of the best to catch out of the backfield. Drew Brees has always had that guy. Darren Sproles. Just someone to just give a nice little dump off to. It's good play. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting year. Go ahead, Rome.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do it up.
Honestly, I got them going 11-5 or 10-6, right around the same area. But honestly, the same Saints team it's always been. Can they or can't they? Last time they could, it was after controversy, Katrina.
Yeah, that city needed it.
Stuff like that. That city needed it. Now, I'm glad that you said that because what does this team and city need now? Now that all that stuff was in the news with Drew Brees and all that stuff, do you galvanize? Do you do the troops get ready to go? Do you get something to play for? Are you extra motivated? You need something to get over the hump. The last 3 years, they've been right there. Player 2 here, going to the Super Bowl, we going to the conference championship, we right there. This is the same team, same roster, same everything. Breeze, can he do it? Let's see. I mean, I want to see if the controversy brings key. Is this the key? Is this the thing that makes it solidified? Like you said, you need them people in the trenches. You need that. Your first 3 games, you'll know.
Yeah.
That. Let's see training camp. Is everybody in the same mindset? Are we gonna play football? Are we brothers? What are we? Let's see what's going on here. Alvin Kamara thing. I want to touch on the Alvin Kamara thing real quick. Honestly, he is great. He's great when he has dynamic duo. He needs another back behind him. He needs the one.
They have Latavius Murray now.
Had him last year too.
And they got Ty Montgomery.
Montgomery. Yeah, Ty Montgomery.
Which is not enough. You know what I mean? It wasn't enough. You lost the first Cousins in the playoffs. At home. So does field advantage even matter? Do you play for that? Does it matter? It don't matter. I want to see if this drives them over the hump. I really do. I see something exciting.
It's definitely one of the more exciting divisions to talk about, right? You said you had something to say. Oh, go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, one more thing. I'm sorry. Real quick, right? I want to see who gets the records at the end of the season: Tom Brady or Drew Brees.
Ooh, Drew Brees.
Records, they neck and neck all day. I just want to throw that out there.
Drew Brees.
Very true.
We should Frankie.
Yeah.
We should do like when we finish this sequence of predicting divisions.
Yes.
We should post maybe like a spreadsheet on our website so that people could follow along and then
what
see
we got,
where we're at with our record.
I have everything documented, so send it.
Good.
Everyone's going to be able to see what we got. We'll post it straight to the blog. It'll be great. Rice, you said you had something to touch upon with the Saints real quick?
Yeah, to kind of agree with Jerome, I think Drew Brees kind of has to prove this season that he still got it, and he's going to be trying extra hard to prove to his teammates that he deserves to be there.
Yep.
So I think this is going to be a huge season.
Listen, he's got 2 years on his contract. It was worth $50 million. He's got this season and next season.
I think this is the last year of the contract, I believe.
Oh, is it? So listen, if he goes out high, I think you ride into the wind, man. But it's Drew Brees. He loves football. He's passionate about the game, and I'm sure he wants to cement his record. So I think as long as Tom Brady stays in the league, I think Drew Brees stays as well. I don't think Drew is worried about any other quarterback trying to take his titles. I think he's just worried about Tom Brady.
I want to throw this out there. I think I'm gonna throw this out there. Whatever, we might be early, but
it's fine.
Super Bowl on that side, it's either Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers. You got two quarterbacks with something to prove. All-time greats.
I agree, right? But like the whole Aaron Rodgers thing is like, is Green Bay gonna really try to utilize him to win now, or are they going to really have him take the backfield and try to get Jordan Love some love? Like, is that gonna happen? Like, I don't know. It's a really sketchy situation out there.
You can't push him out.
You can't. You
push
can't.
him out.
You can't. You would lose so
13-3 last year.
Yeah, they were good. The defense was good too. The defense stepped up big time.
Which means the team is good. Because if you got a good defense, you got something. You know what I mean?
The team is good.
I
have him going 13.
Defense and Aaron Rodgers is a winning formula.
Listen, two facing controversy. Backup quarterback, Drew Brees in the media. You got to ball out. It's time to ball out. You got to ball out. That's it. Ball out.
It's going to be a really good year for quarterbacks. I mean, I even have a hot take. I mean, I'll just say it now, but like Carson Wentz, potential MVP candidate. I'm ready for him. I want him to be healthy. I want him to come out of the guns blazing. A little bit of talent around him now.
I got you. You want him to throw to Jalen Rager. Yay. Shut up.
Who's Sam Darnold throwing to?
Denzel Mims.
Who'd they draft in the first round? Okay, copy. I got you. I wish I had a video of you crying and turning your TV off.
Man that's going to help Sam Darnold throw the ball.
That's exciting, though. Sticking with this division, Tom Brady is not in the same division as the Jets.
Yeah. Listen, I'm saying now this is going to be like, as we get closer and closer, we're going through these weeks. Next week, I think we're doing the West. Two more divisions we go through, and then like we're getting closer and closer to football. And as we talk each week, we're getting more excited about it. We're excited for big plays, and that's exactly what's going to happen this year. The quarterback play is going to be tremendous. The wide receivers are going to get paid at the end of the season. Cap went up. Running backs are going to run harder. Defenses are going to play tougher. It's going to be exactly what we need. Any takers? Any final comments on the episode, guys?
Ready? Smash at the Giants puts up 52.
No, because I'm not being designated driver. I will personally call Danny Dimes and tell him he can only throw dimes that day.
52. He puts up 52.
I can't believe you're taking it straight up, Frank.
I'm taking the Giants straight up.
He's in MetLife. Last year they put up 48.
I'm even willing to put my money where my mouth is when the time comes. So
I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope you do.
Give me a bet.
Ooh.
What are you gonna when you lose the bet? You're gonna run off on Saquon legs? Is that what you're gonna do?
You mean when I win the bet, I'm gonna run off on Saquon legs? I'm gonna mount him and I'm gonna go, yeah.
Oh my!
Mount.
I'm gonna buy a new car.
Wow.
You're gonna mount him.
Mount him.
I think he can bench. I think he can deadlift anything. I'm like, like.
I agree.
Oh my God, he's got some of the strongest legs I've seen, and the way he moves on the field. Woo! Next week, big question, might be running backs. Who knows? Tune in. Listen, guys, we thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Tell us what you want to see in the future. We're wrapping it up in a couple of weeks. Go ahead.
Come on. Answer these questions that we've been posing. Answer them. Let's hear from you guys. We want to know.
I post to the Instagram. Send some love. We got a lot of fans. Sending it out there. So, like I said, guys, we do this not only for us to stay sane, but we do it for you guys. We enjoy making these videos, and wherever you listen to us, if you're on YouTube, you're on SoundCloud, you're on Apple Podcasts. If you go to our website, you can get the audio of them. It's just fun. It's exciting for us, and we hope to give you guys more content in the future. So with that being said, big plays all day. Thank you very much. I'm Frank Barron. You got Joey Casella, Chris Rice, and Jerome McCain, and we're all about making big plays. Peace and love, baby. Peace and love.